Today, this is my second podcast interview with Pedro. He's the owner of Finch here in Stockton, California. It's a marketing and advertising company here, and he is the owner slash co-founder slash all of that. He runs it all. And basically, we're just going to sit here and have a podcast. I'm going to ask him some questions about being an owner of a company like that, what's it like to be like that in Stockton and running a company like that, some of his struggles he's had in owning and doing the startup, and just basic stuff like that. So like I said, this is Pedro, aka owner of Finch, and I am here at A23 right now where we putting in this awesome podcast. I started to do my video sideways because you guys complain so much, I took that advice. What would you call it? You take
landscape.
You take the criticism.
Portrait?
You take the feedback.
Yeah.
I took the feedback and corrected it. That's what it's about. I'm never gonna let my pride get in the way of getting better. Even though I thought that was a cool shot last time, me personally, like you guys were talking through me with me. But I guess you guys want to see my pretty face and smile, so you get what you want. And here we go. We're just waiting for it to get started.
Mm-hmm.
We just dive in. Okay. I'm gonna start like this. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Marcelis Flores, and I am back for episode 2 of Comedy and Community, or Community and Comedy. I should call it CC, huh? That sounds
CC
good.
works.
What would you think?
CC in a little tiny circle instead of the one C, 2 C's.
And that's how Pedro's mind is. Second interview here with Pedro Avila, correct? Is your last name?
Yes.
Pedro Avila, who is the owner and founder of Finch here in Stockton, which is a marketing and advertising company, correct? And what else he does, why I found his business so interesting and why I wanted to interview him is because he started it back in 2014 as a outdoor advertising service. Pedro is also he is also part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Stockton, and I thought that stuff was interesting, man. I like to interview a lot of business owners / entrepreneurs. And what I thought was so interesting about you is you started this outdoor advertising movement. Can you tell me a little bit? Can you tell me a little bit of that, about that, and why, what it is, why you thought that was going to be a little niche or of marketing?
A lot of people ask me that question all the time. How did I come up with the bike idea? Honestly, it was a passion that I wanted to do. My personality is I like to do things that other people are not doing.
Okay.
Whether it's my mannerisms in speech or little tiny weird. Can I swear or no?
Yeah, you can say everything and anything. We're going to keep it 1,000% here. Okay.
Awesome, because sometimes they slip.
No limits.
Okay,
Let
good.
it slip.
So yeah, with I originally the idea was doing advertising on the back of big rigs that would travel up and down the state. So we would switch out the ads, and that's where the road part of the Finch came from. Mm-hmm. So the Finch advertising. And then I was looking at the feasibility because I like the theory craft. So a little back history personal. I am a World of Warcraft raid leader. I've been for not any time in the past like 5 or 6 years, but before that I was really hardcore. And that's actually where I learned how to interact.
Stop, pause. What does that mean?
Shit.
What does that mean?
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry. World of Warcraft. What does it mean? You just one to really. I'm familiar with the game.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of people lost their girlfriends to that game. Their
Yeah,
families. It's kind of like being addicted to drugs.
Oh,
in a way.
yes,
I've seen like
very
YouTube and people lose their lives to this game, meaning they spend all their time in it. That they get fired from their job. They do this. They do that. So. You're telling me you were one of the greats.
Yes.
Is that what that means?
I would like to say on my server, I was well known because I was a helpful person. But what I loved doing was raid leading. And that is pretty much when you take 39 other idiots, and pardon my French, but by the end of the match, that's pretty much what's coming out of your mouth, or 24, depending on the raid. And what you would do is guide them with your experience. And me, I'm a main tank. So that means I'm the guy that the boss is like staring down you when he's beating your face in. That's my personality, is that I take a beating And I'm always watching my health, making sure I don't die, even in real life. But seriously, like that ability, and at the same time to be able to command the rest of the raid. Like, all right, I need you guys over in this quadrant. Get over here. I need backup. Battle res this person, and just this ability to look at everything on the screen in real fast, in real time, like make the adjustments. And actually, I think that's what I transitioned into business. The ability to look at a business or building and running one as a video game. I look at competitors, I look at people in the region, I look at what we can do ourselves to better ourselves, whether that's learning additional content. I know I'm I'm merging my video game and the real world thing, but that makes content sense. Is content. It's pretty much the ability to learn new skills. When I started, it was learning how to self-build all of our fleet, the bicycle rigs. After that, I had to learn a little bit of graphic arts, and because Sean, our operations manager, he was the one that taught me. And I shit you not, I designed the original Road Finch logo, everything on PC Paint. And when he taught me Photoshop and Illustrator, I threw everything on one layer. Judging the tattoo, there are no layers. So, and I just look at that. There are no limiting factors for anyone to do anything. If you have a drive and a passion, you're going to do it in your own way. And if you can't do it according to other people's way, you're still going to do it, but you're going to do it your own way, and you're going to make your own niche.
Definitely. So you took all your video game experience, had the idea, made the logo back in 2014, and then you had this idea for putting flyers, etc., information on the back of trucks, so when people could seen the trucks,
that was the original idea, and then I just looked at it and it's like, whoa, not. Somebody was telling me trucks get parked in different states, they get pulled into unloading yards. So during that time, they could be on site for like a week while they're being unloaded, and that's downtime. The ads are not running. So I looked into that, didn't see it working. But then I still wanted a way that was unique. I had seen a company up in Seattle, biking billboards, actually. They were my carrot on the stick. I always look for a company that is far out of reach, that I want to attain that level, and then just like in a video game, do everything in my power to push them off the map. So I'm
okay, cool. So you got the idea from a company in Seattle. So how did you get that started to work in Stockton? Is it as easy as just buying a bike? And
no, it's not. There's a lot has to go into pretty much your approach, how you're how you're dealing with businesses, what it is that you're offering, because truth be told, bicycle advertising is hard to sell. The concept itself, it works in beach cities like Santa Barbara. You get bicycle advertising companies down there that are doing it. It really comes down to what can you do for the customer. And that's where I saw that we're not just bicycle advertising at this point. I saw that our brand ambassador, that person, that ability to communicate with the client, or learn that information from the client, and then out in public be able to convey that message as if the owner were there themselves. It's like, hey, we just made a pizza that is so red, piping hot, the chilies, the pepperoni, just smooth bacon, anything you want to say. Those mouth-watering ability that an owner conveys to us, and then our brand ambassadors pretty much just reverberate that to the client, to the target audience. Now you hand them a coupon or something like that and say that, hey, that business is just right around the corner. You've probably just steered their advertising in a way that a traditional TV ad, even a flyer that they had without that physical contact, that human interaction, that is the part that I started looking at. And that's what I started growing and basing our company on, is the ability to offer a service with a human touch.
So how long did it take you before you're like, this bike shit ain't gonna work? We need
no.
We need to upcharge on something else.
See that?
How long before you started implementing new ways to help businesses, and besides just being a outdoor advertiser?
Well, I don't want to write off the bikes. The bikes have always been our most profitable, with like a 70-80% profit margin. It's pretty insane.
Okay.
The fact that we are able to take information from clients and then positively put a spin and show their target audience that they exist. It was that Road Finch itself, we kept growing it. Obviously, you know, in the last year, it was something that happened to me that I had to take our fleet and retire it to my home. But in that process, it allowed me to look at all the other areas within Road Finch. When I started, like I said, I learned graphic arts through one of my first employees that he had a skill. And then when another person, Deneen, she is our videographer. She was actually started as a brand ambassador as well. And she said, hey, I got a talent. I got a gift. I'd like to show you. And it's like, oh yeah, my ability to look at people and see their hidden talent and nurture that. That's what's grown our team. When Sim came on board, that's when we started doing websites. When Ben came on board, public relations, social media, content writing, because I am a horrible speller.
How'd you attract these people to you?
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you posted something on Craigslist. Hey, looking for help.
No. Ben actually applied to a Craigslist ask. He reminded me just a few days ago on another show he was on. He was being interviewed, and they were asking, "How did you meet Pedro?" And he was like, "Through Craigslist." And it was true. The way that I found just about everyone on the team is them just walking in and it's like, hey, I saw you were hiring. It's just like that. And I do believe that people of the same wavelength automatically attract themselves. So that my team, Road Finch itself, is just, yeah, we're pretty good.
You have about 16 employees?
Well, we have brand ambassadors. Those are the ones that we have a big number we can pull on. But I'd say our creative team, like Ben, probably 5 of us. And then Ron is our new graphic artist to the team. And then we have a couple other members that are on the outlines. Our sales, our spokesperson. We have another videographer that is in training to do more work for us. So it's something that like I said, I look at even our brand ambassadors, the ones that are still young kids. And one of them, I just told him, it's like, hey, I'm going to start teaching you how to do videography with us. Deneen is on vacation for a bit, so I'm doing most of the videos, and I need someone to be able to help me. So with him, I see the passion and the desire to learn. And that itself, I'll never look at a college diploma or a university degree with that same fire that someone that wants to learn. That I see is incredibly invaluable.
Okay, definitely. So now you got your team, you're training and developing, teaching and developing. 2014, now we fast forward to about a year ago. What do you think about the marketing and advertising businesses in Stockton? Is it like a lot of competition going up against other businesses and stuff? Because I know you have like people like Hood App or etc. But these are a lot of places that are new, you know, within the past couple years. I want to say 3 years. Is the scene in Stockton when it comes to marketing and advertising thick, if that makes sense? Is it? Is there a lot of competition?
It's not really competition. There's never been clients that we've had that other ones are biting for at the same time. It's usually we'll pick up clients from other clients through how we're doing our service. But I don't see it as competition. I know Toolberg was the big carrot on my stick in this area until they dissolved. I believe it was last year, or just And there's other agencies as well that I look at that I see that they've attained that level, and I want to be on that level as them. But as far as competition goes, no, there's more than enough people in this area alone. And actually, what I like doing is immediately partnering with a lot of these agencies, because a lot of times you never know when you're going to have too much work. And it would be great to know that you can call upon another agency to even give them the work. I mean, something like that ability to, I live by the mean, always do good, always be giving. It's something that you don't see your returns. They just happen. But you know that when you're doing good things happen to you. So
yeah, and I'm a strong believer in that. We've actually had a meeting together where you told me that, you know, do for others. So I know you do those. You start doing these these videos where you're on Facebook, or is that where you upload it? Facebook, and you're like,
Facebook.
You give these tips every Monday to.
I missed this last Monday, but next Monday is going up.
Get the idea.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving tips away. Tell me about that. What's that part about? Does your business can anybody just come to it and give free consultation of?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we like to do is we like to empower businesses, whether it's sitting down and just giving them a couple of nuggets. Maybe they won't be able to afford some of our services, but that in no means is something that's going to limit us from giving them the information so that they can start making more money and then get to the level that they get so busy that they would love to use us. So that's what we do. We teach all of our business clients. We show them if we're running their social media and it's any point that they feel they would like to take it on themselves, we show them how to do this. We want to get everyone to the point that they're confident in their own ability, but also to understand what's happening when other service providers start doing the work for them. So it also, for one, keeps them from being taken advantage of, and two, they have a good understanding so they can help in the entire creative direction in the campaign itself to make sure that it's in line with everything that their end goal is, whether it's new customers or maybe more sales. There's a lot of different factors.
And that ties around back to helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you gave them a little nugget that brought in, $2,000 over their regular overhead. Now they could give you $500 to ride the bike.
Well, actually,
around with
even if a lot of those videos that are on social media, if I was able to touch even one person with that little tiny bit of info and it helped them, and they never spoke to me again, I'm perfectly fine with that. If I ever walked by into the business and I saw something like a little sign that I had said in a video, that would make me feel warm and fuzzy. But I don't need that instant gratification. I don't even need for the fact that we're looking for it for customers. It's, if you'd like to learn more, definitely we have a lot more ideas. But the ideas that we're coming up with, we'll make sure that you walk away with something that is going to increase your business.
That's cool. That's awesome. I always like that vibe. Now let's get into some different stuff. What if somebody started a marketing and advertising business in Stockton and started riding around on bikes, offering the same service as you?
I'd say enjoy the headache. It's not as simple as it looks.
Okay, me that's fair.
Quite a few years to get that going.
So that wouldn't make you feel some type of way if somebody stole the structure of your business and just was trying to do it for themselves?
No, honestly, the Road Finch itself, we are Road Finch. There's nothing that they can be copied. They can copy our exact infrastructure down to the T, but without the core principles and everything that are behind it, it will fail. There's a lot of things with bicycle advertising in the beginning that I was really guarded. I was actually worried about people stealing the idea. There were times our brand ambassadors were out there, and we had people wanting to take pictures of our frame, like how it was built. That was something that really bothered me. So, I mean, everything is
and how'd you handle that? Did you realize it doesn't matter? When did you come to that realization?
It wasn't that it didn't matter. It was something that I saw that a lot of people have the intention, they want to start it. There's definitely a desire and a drive that you want to continue to do it, just because even myself, there's a lot of times that you'll look at it and it's like, okay, maybe I'm going to put my energy somewhere else. Everything that Road Finch is now, I really don't see any competition being any point. We've learned too much with our time that if, let's say we had 20 or 30 competitors pop up in the region, we have more than enough infrastructure that we could easily even help them. It's like, hey, we got some gigs we'd like to be able to partner up with. There's opportunity to make money, and honestly, in business, that's the end goal, is you want to make money. Obviously, you want to make sure that your main brand is the one that, like, you don't want Samsung copying Apple like that, because there's patents and everything, even with our designs. With a lot of the things, but still, a bicycle with a sign is a bicycle with a sign. If somebody decided to do it, if anything, I would be amazed that they were crazy enough to actually design, build, or buy one. I know for myself, I had looked into purchasing, but they were just way too expensive. There were limitations that I took into account in the entire design, the structure, everything. Just at the end of the day, I welcome anybody to start. I know the spring is right around the corner. There's definitely that would be awesome. Honestly, biking billboards, we already had an expansion plan into Seattle ready to go. We were going to go toe to toe with them. So see, competition is good. Competition pushes you. If you do not have competition, then you lose that little bit of like spark. Yeah. Well, it's not the edge. It's like, why do weightlifters continue to train? Why? They're already big and huge. They do it so that they don't lose their edge. But that lifting of the weight, that is your competitor. It's gravity. Your competitor is the one that's going to push you. And if they push back harder, now your brain starts going like, okay, how can I fire off faster to overtake him? And I welcome anyone to come against us in that scene. And I'm not saying it is like a threat or anything by all means.
That's a World of Warcraft
that's a World of Warcraft
coming out of you.
Yeah, it's like we're going to do a timed run and everything like that. And it's like who gets to the end. It's like, okay. And if we don't make it on that one, it's like, what can we do to improve upon our design to make it better? So that, I mean, I've actually been waiting to see if anyone popped up in the area.
Besides competition, what are some of the biggest obstacles you've dealt with Road Finch and starting the business and growing? And was it the bike?
No,
was it the bike?
No, the bikes were never the issue. It was a lot of times like I'm always looking to push the envelope in a lot of different ways. I've dealt with a lot of investors and then going through those avenues, and I always kept looking. It's like it's not profitable enough for them to hook yet. So then I'd go back to the drawing board, look at what it is that I have. Even at one point, I was about to.
And what do you mean by profitable enough? Like, can you explain that to maybe some people who have no idea why your business or how it could be profitable at a time where it wasn't?
No, it's not that it wasn't profitable. It's the scalability is the ability that an investor looks at to see the entire bigger picture of the thing. Like, will it go forward? But no, just looking at the entire picture and then keep going back to the drawing board is the thing. That's where I know that what we have is something that was through almost coming up 5 years of trial and error. People can look at our Facebook, they can look at our rigs, the same like I did to biking billboards, but until people start stepping into our shoes and walking that same walk, will they start coming across the same problems we did. And all of that is actually, I would never, honestly, truthfully, I don't think I would ever franchise our model because I don't want people to get an easy start into doing it, because I feel that the human interactive ability of Road Finch is something that can't be just copied and pasted onto a piece of paper and printed out 1,000 times. The secret sauce is what stays within the company, and that is what's allowed us to pretty much at the level that we're at right now.
And what level is that? Are you still in beginner's mode, medium?
No. We're out of the startup stage. It's what we're dealing with now is pretty much just a coast to coast saturation. So, yep.
Can you explain?
You heard that here first.
Can you explain what you're trying to do with the coast to coast? Because I'm not sure what that.
Oh, there's a lot of things that we have on the burner right now that we're just waiting. Like, definitely keep an eye on our Facebook page at Road Finch, and you'll be able to see everything that we have. There's some things in business that, just like a Apple launch, if I were Steve Jobs and you're asking like, what will the new phone look like? I'd love to tell you, but you just got to wait till the launch. So
okay, is that right?
Yeah.
So what's the next level for Road Finch?
Sky's the limit, honestly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was the same question in a different form. All right. Let's see. Let's get off these notes, man. One more question, and we're just going to free ball it.
Yeah.
What keeps you going, Pedro?
See, people were asking what my secret sauce is.
What's the sauce, man? Let us in.
I think I'm just too stubborn to quit. And that's something that I honestly believe. So back to the World of Warcraft gaming bit, I had been playing the game came out in 2006 or 8.
Did you lose your girlfriend, your home, your job, all that?
No. I mean, I played it hardcore.
You were responsible? You're a functioning addict?
I will say that there was a point that I literally from like morning till like 2 a.m, like playing like constantly.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Actually, my ability to speak, my ability to ascertain real quick on the fly, like issues that arise, that stress management, the ability to communicate, look at a lot of different situations. I don't think I would have learned those skills just going to a job. I could have. It could have taken a lot longer, but I feel that video gaming and something that you're passionate about and you decide to take the extra effort actually in anything you do. Look at these MLM players nowadays. Not MLM, the actual the MLG. The gaming scene has gamers that are literally getting paid millions. Well, I don't know if millions, but they're being paid out the ass to play. Mm-hmm. Look at these YouTubers that play video games, and they are playing.
And that's how serious you took it.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, with Road Finch.
Why didn't you continue gaming and be like,
oh no,
fuck
because
business?
This is all before that. No, and besides, the world needs Road Finch. So, but no, the what it was that kept me going is so I was actually, what sparked Road Finch was a car accident in 2014, May 21st. And in this wreck, I was completely uninjured, but I had actually been driving that car for 14 years of my life. My dad gave me that car, and I had always wanted to sell it at some points. I always wanted to get the new shiny car. All these things that I wanted, I can never have. So what I learned is to appreciate what I had. And when I had it and appreciated it, then I saw that I can start doing modifications to it. I can look at it and see, where can I improve it? Where can I customize it for something of my own? So when people ask me like, what is that drives me, it's that humbleness, I guess. When I lost my car, it was that drive that I gave myself a goal. Even if it took $1 million to repair a car that today is not even worth like $400 in its current shape, to be able to do that and not hesitate, because money is just a tool. Honestly, when you die, you don't take any wealth with you. You don't take anything with you. So any materialism that you have here in the world is gone. But that honesty, that ability to help people, that stays around. That ability is something that a lot of people unfortunately don't see within themselves, that I really feel that if more people knew, the world would be a lot better place. But
and that's what keeps you rolling.
Yeah, honestly, that ability to want to leave my mark, that's what drives me.
You don't have children that you have to continue to feed and stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't have kids. You give attention and stuff. You don't. Are you married, family? You have family in Stockton?
No, not in Stockton.
Are you from Stockton?
No, actually, I'm originally from the Bay Area. So so back in 2000, I graduated, and my parents had then bought a home out here, so they stayed in the Bay Area for me to graduate. All my siblings, unfortunately, had to move out here, and I immediately stayed out there. As many times as I could, I would move back. So
to the Bay Area?
Yeah.
What part?
Hayward.
Hayward?
Hayward in San Francisco.
Like Hayward. I used to talk to this girl out there.
I was on 98th for a little bit. That was a fun street.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why are you here? Why Stockton?
My parents live in Manteca. So on my last final move, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to stay out here. Because in the beginning, honestly, the Valley's heartbeat was too slow for me. So for me to like come out here, it's just like molasses. Like Manteca had 2 big streets, Main Street and Yosemite. And that was it. And like I could look down both streets and see the end of the town. That's how small it felt. And no, but staying out here, I had a lot of jobs. I worked for Pepsi as a merchandiser, Aaron's as a sales manager, ABC Legal as a court runner. Actually, that's where I learned all my law and court and all that stuff. So
Road Finch was the first actual startup business that you just went into?
I actually worked for so I think this is about 2007, 8, 9. I don't remember, but there was a owner of a movie theater in Manteca that is now a closed casino, or an open casino. It's renovated. But this, it was PGM Theaters. Paul M. I don't remember his last name. PGM was his initials. It was him that I saw the real sparks in like somebody taking the risk. He was gambling a lot on this, and he had a desire to grow, and I saw that. He actually took me on a trip to Oakland to a trade show out there, and the entire time I was looking, it's like, wow, this guy is awesome. How can I be like him? I don't know if it's my nature that I just look at someone. If I ever sit next to another big head of a company, let's say if Tim Cook was right there, I'd be looking at him like, you're going to be pretty tasty. I love that ability to start figuring out an existing model and how to improve it, because I feel that a lot of people stop once they feel they've hit their cap and they're already like, whoo, that they had no one else in the space to push them. That's where like I look at it and I start coming up with other ways and branching out, and it starts morphing into something. That's how I took Roadfinch and turned it into what it is now.
So you already kind of had those ways. You
Yeah,
were inspired by other businessmen, and you were like, this is my...
Actually, I got fired from that job because when I told there was actually a movie theater. I'd already blueprinted out the plans, had the business plan, started working with the city of Hayward. It was actually over at the airport. It was something I wanted to move, and unfortunately they decided to go with Target shopping center there instead. So, but at this time I had already told my boss, it's like, hey, I think I might be jumping, but I didn't. And yeah, he pretty much nixed me in like a few days, because obviously, come on, I was growing something on my own, and anybody wouldn't like that. It's myself. After that, I kept looking for other ideas.
How old were you, by the way, at this time?
23.
23?
Yeah,
okay.
I was 23, and I was already thinking of different ways. The idea I had for my movie theater was something nuanced. I'm keeping that hidden away because I do plan on rolling out that model one day. So.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of things that, like I said, I don't know if it's being humble and looking at what I have and see how I can improve it, if that helped spark my thought process. And even today, I look at Google, I look at Facebook, I look at Yelp, I look at all of them, and it's like, how can I improve upon myself that I can be better than all of you? I will never be able to take them down. That is a 100% fact. Can I be a major thorn in their side? Oh, hell yes. That's the thing that makes me all giddy inside.
And what makes you believe that you'll never be able to take them down?
It's not that, because there will always be like diehard Apple fans. I was once a diehard Apple fan, and I would never steer away. I was telling everybody, but then I started seeing the company wasn't as innovative as it used to be. This is after this is after the Steve Jobs transition. I saw that innovation started to slow. And it was at that point, I wasn't looking at it as the company was failing. I just looked at their vision, their creativity wasn't on point with originally how it was. And I saw they were falling behind on their competitors. Right now, Samsung rolled out the folding smartphone. I was imagining like Apple would have been hitting all this stuff.
That was cool. And then how the screen,
even the full screen, like all those, like everyone else is doing them first. And I'm not saying being first is good, but obviously if you want to be a trendsetter, you got to do something.
I mean, anybody competing with Apple had to do something else, for you to.
Yeah, I love Apple. I always joked around. I said if I ever got so big, that is the only job I would leave Roadfinch for, is to take CEO of Apple. That would be the only position. So everyone else, you can take me off their monsters list.
So boom, now you're an entrepreneur at age. How old were you when you
started Roadfinch?
Yeah, did you
minus years from now.
Did you search for investors as soon as you did that, or you just started? You got the business license.
So I did a lot of stupid things in the beginning, blowing money here on different things. Because I knew that you could take a model into an investment scene if it was profitable. Again, it was good. I actually had one investor in San Francisco once told me, take your little bikes and pedal back to Stockton or something like that. I seriously wanted to jump him.
Did you go out looking for investors as like a sales pitch? You create a sales pitch for it. This is why.
Yeah, you have to have your pitch and everything in order. Otherwise, no. So looking at an investor is just someone that will invest their time with you, not necessarily their money. their time is super valuable because the ones that I'm interacted with now, they have multitude of millions of dollars. And it's something that I've never once felt that if they see the opportunity and they know we're looking, they'll say, hey, I'd like to make an offer. With that said, obviously we have our business plans and everything that are out there that people can find. And that is something that, like I said, the knowledge is probably more useful. That's why you have a lot of advisors on startups, because all of them, like, no startup, like I was telling you, don't, when you chat with an investor, remember, like the same way how we were having the conversation, you were over talking to me and I'm like, stop. Like that right there, you're meeting with me, like my time is valuable. That to them is even more so. When I actually got off the phone with one as I was pulling up, then I had to let him go. I know he was calling me, and definitely I know his time is super valuable, and I probably missed a window with him to communicate later on today. But I had a pre-arranging agreement and everything. So but that, like I said, when an investor gives you his time and his energy, that is worth its weight in gold. So.
Wow. So did you find an investor, or have you been pushing this yourself this whole time?
No, a lot of it's been self-funded. One of the big things is with our idea being so far out there, it's in the realm of just like, is that really a good, like, is it really working? Like, I in my head see the entire thing working beautifully, and there's only so much we can put out there that they could see, obviously through NDAs and everything, though. Again, it was always that drawing board. It was going back to it every single time. And honestly, the same conversation I just had in the car right now, that same investor was like, holy motherfucking shit, I just blew his socks off. So that right there. And it took a while to get to that point. It took almost 5 years to get from a bicycle idea to Road Finch, because and truth be told, a year ago, I was at the point that the Road Finch brand, I was going to try and sidestep for our other platform, the Finch It brand. So, but then I realized that.
What's that?
Finch It is a search engine that's in the area. You can use it to pretty much find all types of businesses. It's
and events.
Yeah, and events and everything else. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Have you ever thought about making a Road Finch app?
Yeah, actually, we already have that. So.
Oh yeah, we just download it on all Android.
Yeah, it's iTunes. Already. I know Sims tinkering and everything like that. So, yeah, no. With everything that we do, it's something that I wanted to, because I felt that Road Finch for a moment, I needed something new. And Finch It, I thought, was everything that I wasn't able to fund through Road Finch. But then when I realized that Road Finch itself is the major entity, is the powered by Road Finch, the things that are tied into that company, and then the tool is Finch It, is when it all started coming together. And literally, it's like the Avengers assembling. And yeah, so now it's something that, like the business plan that we rolled out and everything, it just shows what it is that we can do. Now I know, and I have not sent out our new business plan. That's something I have a couple of angel firms that I'm ready to send it out. But honestly, at this point, with what we just came up with, I feel that investment will definitely help us, but it will not be a driving force. That now we're hand to mouth. We're not at that stage anymore. Now we're at the point we're making money. It's something that I can easily start pouring money into it and self-fund us. And there's been a few companies that have done it. It's something that feels awesome, pretty much. Yeah.
No, I bet. I mean, especially coming up from a startup and, trying to look for investors to fund this and fund that. Now to the point where you're like, yeah, let's just take this extra money and run it through that, invest in yourself, which I feel is the best type of investment, self-investment. So you're going through this 4 years in, you get sick, correct? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So
how is it like that? Because all business owners have to run life and then business.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about this obstacle when you finally get some traction with your business and things are taking off, life hits.
Yeah. So many of you probably seen on Facebook or something. Many that have probably known me in the community know that I was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer in July, and it's something that I'm currently treating. There are days that it's on your head a lot more, and it does stifle that creativity for a moment. But
Did your business go to like a halt for a second?
so
or-
we had an office, 109 North Sutter in downtown Stockton. I had already had the second floor of the building already prepped and ready to go,
Mhm.
like for us to begin our big rollout expansion
Mhm.
of the Finch engine. And that's when I got sick. I had to look at everything. I knew the treatment was going to be extremely harsh in the beginning after surgery, after everything. And it was something that I just knew I had too much tied to myself. I was Road Finch at that point.
Mhm.
With me out of the picture, it pretty much was going to fall apart instantly.
Mhm.
And because of that, I was able to learn. So I know when I met with my oncologist in San Francisco, I pretty much, and this is the last time I saw him, yeah, over a couple months ago, I pretty much told him that I was sort of happy that I got cancer, because what it was is I obviously wasn't doing the right steps at the point in my life before I realized I had it. I was close to 200 pounds. That's not me. I was drinking a lot. I don't drink any more alcohol. Stopped instantly when I found out. And just looking at life, realizing that I was squandering too much time and not taking advantage of every day. When you're faced with your mortality, you definitely look at things differently, and not for the bad. It's actually sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah. But yeah, there are days it hits you. It hit me a little bit earlier today, but there was something like honestly being here that brought me back to life. That fire. I really do believe that you can get beat down, just like that Rocky quote. Life's gonna hit you. It's gonna keep hitting you over and over and over again, and it doesn't matter how hard you can hit. It matters how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously, ooh, that's close to my heart. So yeah. But yeah, with everything, I can honestly say that I'm about to take Road Finch to a level that this area really needs a unicorn. So yeah. Ooh.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. Well, definitely, I would say, yeah, because you have entrepreneurs here, you have businesses here,
Yeah.
but once I heard that about you, I was like, wow. He's getting off of chemo and being like, okay, back at it. Answering calls, having to deal with people.
Tell me about it.
That's
Actually, I always wanted long hair. I was never able to grow it out. It was something that I refused to cut my hair through chemo, and it was falling out. So, but I pulled the Donald Trump hairstyle. So I just said like to my stylist, I went to Unico in downtown Stockton, and had them. It's like, hey, just trim it and clip it in such a way so it'll cover all the bald spots. And luckily, it's all grown back in. But yeah, now I finally have long straight hair. I always had curly hair, but I guess I got a permanent perm. So yeah.
Yeah, very cool. You're not gonna let nothing stop your heat.
Just like those tanks in World of Warcraft, like I was known on servers, one of those beasts just will not die. Like throw everything at him, and that's how I live every day. Is I'm a tank, and my company is my guild, and all my friends, all my coworkers, they're my raid party. I have to pretty much, I'll be able to take all the blows to be able to get us all to that epic win at the end.
So how do you feel like this journey has done for you, has built you as a person?
Oh,
What do you feel like you learned from this so
it's
far?
definitely made me stronger. I can say that. Honestly, I think everyone in one point in their life or another will go through a hardship like this. If they don't, I really feel sorry for you. I really do. I honestly believe that people have to be pushed to the brink beyond their comfort zone to be able to see what they're truly capable of. Those days, like again, back to bodybuilders, or just when those coaches are telling them just one more rep, one more rep. In Navy SEALs, same thing. They're dying, and it's like just one more, you can go home. And that soldier does it. It's like and he's down on the ground. Then the drill instructor right over him. It's like one more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that right there. That fire cannot be taught. It can only be learned through self-experience.
Mm-hmm. That being said, what advice would you get out to, or what are the main mistakes that you see in startups and entrepreneurs? What are some common mistakes, businesses in general?
Common mistakes, and I can say a lot of them from my perspective. Overpromising, saying that you can do something and not following through. For a startup, that is killer. There's a lot of businesses that we have taken on from other companies in the area that because they overpromised or they underpromised, whatever it was, there was a lack of communication. So for any entrepreneur that is out there, I would definitely say if you're going to get into this field, always do good and be truthful. Put everything to pen and paper. Never do a verbal agreement. Definitely when you finish conversations, send an email afterwards, because then this way there's now a written record of that communication. Little tricks like that. Obviously, money is something that all entrepreneurs struggle with. I do not have the answer for that. Just you're going to survive one way or another. And that, honestly, I feel that every entrepreneur should not start with any money. They should start with whatever they have in their pocket and go from there. Because when you are given money, or you have that, you're again being put into a comfort zone. You're not in that stressful period, and it's in the stressful periods that innovation comes from. I don't think any person alive has ever come up with a marvelous idea that they weren't stressed trying to figure out, like throwing their paper off the wall or punching glass or just being angry. Like honestly, I feel that emotion is something that really helps drive an entrepreneur, and you have to be able to be multifaceted to be able to learn from other people. Always be learning is definitely one thing. If you're coming into a space, never think you know everything. Even myself, even right now, as cocky as I talk and say we're going to conquer the world, if I know someone has any bit of advice, I'm going to listen to it. It's something that, again, it depends on a lot of things. Obviously, money is a big factor that can determine a startup. I feel that a lot of these big startups got a lot of money off the beginning. And of course, with any bit of money, you can really take off and you can do anything. But it's the startups that don't have the money, the ones that are like uniquely like Steve Jobs and Wozniak in that garage. Their first computer was built out of wood. That is something I would have built just to put the thing together. I mean, hell, our trailers are hodgepodge together. I took old bicycles, literally Home Depot metal brackets, like all this stuff. It's something that you do with what you have. Your Mark 1 is always going to be shit, guaranteed. I remember the first one I made. I turned the corner and whoop, flipped over. And I had spray painted it, put the signs on it, had it all beautiful, went right around the corner and killed itself. And I was like, oh my God, days of work right out the window.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So real quick before we wrap this thing up, what differentiates Road French from other marketing and advertising businesses?
I've been asked this one a lot. What differentiates us? I would say that why us? Why choose the crazy little people like us, the ones that don't know what we're doing, the ones that believe that we have an answer for each one of your problems? Honestly, it's giving every opportunity a chance. There's never going to be a company that is going to come to you They can come to you with a big, beautiful proposal and again, offer you the world. But if there are no results on the end of it, again, but as a startup, someone, again, like for us, it was something that we showed what it is we can do and we delivered on our results. Obviously, building a name for yourself is something. There we go. That's it. Take a look at our Facebook page. Take a look at our 5-star rating. Look around and ask people about us. You want to know why you want to do business with us? Well, Facebook is a good medium. Ask. The ability to know from someone else their interactions with a company is honestly more valuable than anything. Any sleuthing, any asking for 100 quotes or going through 16 different companies. The ability to just know from word of mouth from other people, that is your biggest referral. The biggest nugget I can give you today is, again, always do good, because that is the core concept that can take a business from obviously greatness or back to the drawing board.
I'm gonna have to write you an answer for that next time, so we could come just knock that out the park. Your answer was take a look at the Facebook. Okay. Well, you hear that, everybody? Take a look at the Facebook. Shelly, where are we at on time right now? 50 minutes. Okay. Look. I'm gonna ask you one more question since we said 50 minutes. What's your outlook on Stockton, man?
Oh, that's a good one. I love Stockton because it's a city that's been shit on. I literally watched a comedian, I think I told you about him, that he was just shitting on Stockton, said that, hey, at least I don't have to live here. You fuckers are stuck here. That right there, that ability for someone to just shit on a city because obviously a lot of bad happened. That is the same way for a long time I felt Road Finch, that we just sort of got a little bit shit on. It wasn't that we were shit on. It was just we were handed bad cards. And because of that, we, along with the city, were put into a position that pretty much you have to start from the ground up. I see the city doing a lot of great things. I see the city growing, and I see ourselves as one of the prominent figureheads in the area. This is something that I am saying that I promise one day there will be a glass spiring tower taller than the courthouse, because I feel that the city needs a beacon of hope, something that they can look forward to. There's a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, startups that are coming to the city. I see a revolution happening here, and I'm going to see that it happens because I know that a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, like even Hood, we're all here. We need to start working. Hood App is an app
that supports local artists, local business, and does it through local deals through their app.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, there is a way. This infighting is something that never works out. When there's commerce and trade, that's how the world runs. You don't do it through war. The ability to grow the city, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take giving back. I, like I said, would love to give the city a unicorn, meaning $1 billion company. That would just, and with the promise that we will never, ever, ever leave this city. We will stay here indefinitely. And that is something that really you can't buy. It's that you grew up in the streets, you're there with your brothers, and that's the same way I feel with the city. I saw the city get shit on and broken down. Literally only city in the country they keep talking about that went bankrupt. Mm-hmm. Highest death per capita. It's something that we can change it. It's going to take a lot of work, but definitely the community has the power to make the change. And businesses giving back to the community and making the change for the better is something that Stockton, we're the only biggest inland port city right here. We got massive potential.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Great answer. That being said, we're going to wrap up this interview. This has been Pedro Avila, owner and founder of Road Finch, and hopefully he's helped some of my entrepreneur friends and businesses owners understand what's it like to run this game, even when you have an insane, things going on in your life.
You gotta be crazy, seriously, to get into entrepreneurship. If you're not crazy, you will be.
Oh, yeah. So thank you for telling your story, bro. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being here. And like I said, this has been episode 2 of Comedy and Community. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.